Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle Moreus and I make art tutorials that are fun, easy, and accessible for everyone. Today we're going to be doing this colorful bubble in colored pencil. Before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe and leave a comment, I subscribed, and I will personally reply to each and every one of you. Now, normally I would tell you the first thing about colored pencil drawings is to have a good plan for your drawing. In this case, I didn't even do a sketch because it's a very simple reference photo. But normally you would want to have a really good detailed sketch. You want to choose your colors by swatching them ahead of time, and this will make it easier for you to get started. So I've chosen some specific colors that are in my reference image, and I have them next to me and readily available. Today I'm using the Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. It's an oil-based pencil as opposed to the Prismacolors, which are a wax-based pencil. I just find these blend so beautifully together. Now I'm using a toned paper, which you could use black. I just didn't have a black piece of paper. It would actually look more dramatic on a black paper. But in this case, we're using this dark blue paper, and hopefully we'll get enough layers down to get a cool effect. Now, one of the biggest things and most important things about colored pencil is that you need to put down a ton of layers. You want to do light layers and keep going over and enriching those colors and adding more colors and blending on the page. You want to keep a light pressure with your pencil. If you're finding it hard to keep a light pressure, hold the pencil farther back so that you are not pushing into the paper and damaging the tooth of the paper. Now, I like to keep a really sharp colored pencil, and part of that reason is so that you are only putting down light layers. If you have a dull pencil, you might feel the tendency to push harder on the paper, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to scar it, and you don't want to put so much pigment down that you can't go over top of it with other colors. So a bubble with its round shape and its shiny nature is going to reflect the world around it. So I have going in here my black area, which is going to catch the trees that are in the background or in the environment. So now you're going to have your tree on the top is going to be rounded to the shape of the bubble, and then on the bottom, because of the roundness of the object, it's going to be opposite. So I don't know if you've ever seen anything like shiny and round where if you were in front of it, you would actually be upside down in the object. It's kind of the same thing. So you're seeing a tree on the top, and then you're going to see a tree on the bottom. Because of the roundness, it will reflect things almost kind of like a mirror. So we're going in and we're mapping those in, and I'm putting in the reflection of the sky in that bubble. And you'll see I'm going to go over with a ton of layers, and then I'm going to go over it with white as well to brighten it up. And then I'm going to go in with more color on top of that. Now, if I used a white paper, these colors would be a lot more vivid. Just the blue of the paper still showing through. We need to get enough layers down that we can get some vibrant tones going on here. So I'm just keep going over everything with light layers, and I'm just blending more colors into one another, adding more yellow around the outside edge, and paying close attention to my reference image about where things are. Now, I haven't put a ton of black down all over yet, and I'm not bringing that black out closer to the edge of the bubble yet because I really feel that I need to blend some darker, richer reds and pinks in with that black so there's a nice slow transition. So now it's all about blending. I am preserving those little white highlights there, and you can pop those later on with a jelly roll pen or a white correction pen. I'm more of a purist. I like to kind of keep it all colored pencil if at all possible. And in the middle of the bubble, as you can see on the reference image, there's a little bit of green kind of shining through. So I don't want to just put all that pure black all the way through the middle. I'm trying to keep a little bit of that shine of green in that center there. And you'll see as I go in and add more layers of black down and more layers of my transition color down, I'm preserving those little green spots. So it's like the green of the sky or the green of the trees is kind of popping through a little bit. And this just adds to a little bit more realistic effect and drama in the bubble itself. So I'm going over the black part in the middle, and I'm just enriching, putting in more and more layers, just deepening that up and making it more dramatic. And I'm still going around all those little green kind of areas that I left in the center. And I'm going in and just adding more and more layers and blending each layer as I go along with the previous ones. And we're just going in a little darker and a little darker with our transition that's going into the black, and blending as we go along. We're all kind of burnishing at this point, which is when you gradually add more and more pressure on the pencil to blend all of the underneath layers together with the top layers. So you see it starts to look more round, and it starts to really have a great transition and a great creamy texture to it at this point. So I'm just going in and enriching all of those colors and just popping everything. So I'm loosely taking my reference image. That's the reason I did not do a sketch in the beginning. I want to kind of make it my own. I'm kind of following it and I'm just looking, but I'm not 100% married to that reference image. So I'm kind of making it my own here, but it still looks pretty representational of that bubble reference photo. Colored pencil is such a slow medium, and you need to really build up slowly and in light layers. And that's what I've done here. So this actual drawing took me about an hour and 15 minutes. I know we have speeded it up here, and you're getting the condensed version of it, but you know, it's a slow medium, and you just have to take your time with it. And if you get lost, just step away and go back to it, and make sure you finish your drawings, finish the things you started. Please leave me a comment below and let me know if you'd like me to do a tutorial on anything. I'm open to all kinds of ideas, and I really love to hear your input. I do get back to every one of you, so please leave me a comment below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. Really helps us to get more plays on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. And we'll see you on the next one. Happy art.